Hey everybody, I am doing another edit today. And that edit, well, okay, hey everybody, I'm doing another edit today. It is the previous video that here, I'll make myself bigger here so that, so much power over myself right now. Look at, I can be small, I can be big, I can be small, I can be really big. Oh, look at my shoulder. Let's check out my shoulder. Nice. I had this idea once for a sketch, which was just, I think, like for a TV show called Shoulders or something, and just every shot is of people's shoulders as they're talking to each other. I had another idea for a sketch called Wet Hair. It's like a soap opera, but everyone's hair is really wet, and they're just like someone like turns away angry and like that, and then like the water just flicks across the other person. Never did those. I still could, but now the idea is out there, and now you might steal it. But my telling you the idea is also out there, so I can prove that it's a mine. Anywho, I have a lot of ideas that have never come to be, because oops, how do I now I lost it. Oh crap. Okay, there we go. Anyway, I am still editing the Mocktail video. The last live edit I did, Commander 993, I do not want a beer because I and Chyna and I are quitting alcohol, and you know this. I feel like you're trolling me. I could combine the shoulder close-ups and wet hair into one. I could. I used to do, like, back when I was doing like really just straight-up comedy videos, I would have short sketches within my very short video. I'd have videos that were like 3 or 4 minutes long, and within that, really short sketches. For a while there, I was doing 4, which was like 24, but it was going to end up being 4 minutes long. A season would be 4 minutes long, and each episode was like, I can't remember, like 5 seconds or something. And I did like 3 or 4 of those, and then I ended up stopping. I still think about going back and continuing the story. Or the Ty the regular guy, of course. And so I thought of those sketches as well, like shoulders or wet hair could be like little sketches within. I could still do that. And anytime. The problem is I got the main content of each video now is so much bigger that it takes me a lot of time. I spend a lot of time just trying to, and each video has more of a purpose, so I'm spending a lot of time just making sure that gets done. And then by the time I'm done with that, it's like, that was a massive mountain I just climbed. And so I don't feel like doing a little more at times, because I've already done a lot more. Like throughout this editing process, you will see, it's like, I'll do a little more here, I'll do a little more here. But then when it's all done, like add a sketch as well, I feel like I got to move on to the next video because I've just done so much. But I don't know, maybe. I always, back in my mind, I'm always like, I could hire people to help me, but I've tried it before, and I always end up preferring it this way. We'll see what happens. Anyway, we have, look at that. Ooh. We have a giant video of Chyna and I trying mocktails. How loud is this, by the way, when I play it?
At home, sparkling.
Is that too loud? That might be too loud. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit.
Sparkling water machine.
Anyway, louder than me. Well, that's not what we want. I'm like, my volume is maxed out on here. Well, if I get close to the mic, it's louder. Let's bring this a little closer. Check, checkity, and then we will.
You can buy it wherever sparkling water machine products are sold.
Okay, I turned it down a little. Is that better? Anywho, if you recall the last video, much better, good. I had an hour-long bunch of footage of Chyna and I trying 5 mocktails. And I was cutting it down. Well, I have cut it down. Look at all of that. Look at all those cuts there. But I've also added a bunch of intro stuff, me talking. So the videos, I decided the video is going to be 2 parts. The first part is like a check-in of the 4 months of quitting alcohol, just kind of talking about it. And then so this is that talking about it. And then we go into the mocktails. But I've added in a narrator character to the whole thing. We tried 5 mocktails, Life Dream TV. And the narrator, so here's what I got.
Chyna and I make 5 mocktails that we found the recipe for from reputable and or disreputable sources on the internet.
Part 1.
Part 1. A list of things we noticed while quitting alcohol for 4 months.
1.
So I got to add in like the text there and like video or something. And it'd probably be a list of just like a... But then how will the video be over 10 minutes? The video will definitely be over 10 minutes. It is it's at 14 right now. How long does it take to learn to edit? Can I take a couple months, or is it something that is just over the years? I think you could learn the basics of editing very quickly. Probably, but it's hard for me to really know for sure. It's probably different for everybody, but the basics, a couple days of editing with one software, I think you could learn a little, like enough to like piece together something simply. But I mean, there's still things I don't know as I go on. Like I'm learning all the time, easier ways to do things. But it just depends on what you want to do, I guess. Anywho, I'm going to drop in a graphic here because I haven't done that yet for this part 1 intro.
Part 1. A list of things we noticed while quitting alcohol for 4 months.
So I'm going to pull up. This is where I get a lot of my B-roll. I'm going to pull. This is my live stream. I'm going to pull. This is you're on your chat. The chat is on the screen. I'm going to go to story blocks, which is where I get a lot of my B-roll, almost all that I'm not shooting myself. And I'm just going to type in list. And oh shoot, I went away from the chat though. Now I can't see the chat. That was where I was reading the chat. Hey, look, it's me. Let's go to the chat. Oh, there's an ad. Look, I'm watching an ad. I'm making money by watching an ad. Okay. Is that legal? What I just did? I don't know. I gotta find the chat again. But okay, list. Like they got these little animations. I usually try to find the funniest one that I can for every moment. But but this isn't probably going to yield very much funny stuff. So, but list. We're going to use this one because he's frantically writing. It seems frantic, which is kind of funny. So I'm going to put that, download that, and I'm going to go back to the chat because I still haven't. Chat. How do I get back to the chat without going just to the watch page? There we are. Okay, I'm back at the chat. Have I been watching Euphoria? I have not seen Euphoria, but I've heard good things. And people just keep talking about it on the Twitters. How have you come to value sobriety more than you expected? Not really, because we've done this before. But this is 4 months, which is by far the longest I've done it. I don't necessarily... I expected it to feel good. I expected it to be good. I mean, and I do. So it's kind of met my expectations. But it is kind of surprising how easy it is. It's always surprising how easy it is. Every time we do a month, it's easy. But 4 months, it just gets easier and easier. It's like I don't really miss it at all. But we're also in the middle of quitting coffee. I'm drinking decaf right now. We can drink decaf. That's harder. I'm noticing lack of motivation with coffee. But let's get back to this. So I downloaded it, and I download the videos to my... I have a whole streamline set up with my my workflow here. Let's wait a second here. Let me pop that up there. Okay, doopity doo doop doop doo doop doop doop. So this right here is kind of... There was an error on when I hooked up to my monitor. So this is media encoder. It's a separate program that is connected to Premiere. When I drop in my the footage I just downloaded, which is right here, it's on the desktop. So this is Premiere, and then it has a media browser, which I can just look at other files within my computer. And I have it on my desktop. And I download my footage directly to my desktop, and then I open it right here in Premiere, like this. And so now there's the thing I just downloaded. And I'm going to set an out point. I'm going to drop it right underneath the title here. And then what happens when I do that is it goes into the media encoder automatically. I have it set up so it automatically converts it. It copies it into a file somewhere else on my computer other than my desktop, and it converts it into a lower res version called a proxy, so that it doesn't slow down. It's faster to edit with because it's not a big file. So it's all streamlined so that I can download to my desktop and then drop it. I don't have to import the footage. It's just right there in the media browser, and then I just drop it into the timeline, and then it's automatically moved from my desktop, copied from my desktop to somewhere else on my computer, and a lower res version is automatically made so that I can do this without it stuttering, so it's smoother when I edit. It took me a while to set that up. For a long time, it was a lot more convoluted the way I did it. And so now I can go into my desktop right here if I wanted to. Like this is a song I downloaded earlier, which I'm going to leave that there. See, these are the same files as these. And that's something else I used earlier. I can delete that. I can delete that because it's copied somewhere else. So I can just keep clearing out the desktop and keep downloading things to the desktop. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful system. I don't have to organize anything because it automatically does it. Anyway.
Part 1. A list of things we noticed while quitting alcohol for 4 months.
So.
Part 1.
I can drop in all those words. A list of things we noticed. What did I say?
1. A list of things we noticed while quitting alcohol for 4 months.
While quitting alcohol for... running out of room. 4 months. So we just... Hoobity-boo, shoobity-boo. I don't try to make it too fancy, because it's not my priority here. Just get the information across, make it as visually interesting as I want, as the time allowed, which is not usually much. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. So, there it is.
Part 1. A list of things we noticed while quitting alcohol for 4 months.
1, as we said, feels like that moment could be funnier, but I'm going to worry about that later or never. That's not the priority.
4 months.
1, as we said before. How do you feel?
Great.
I feel great too. In general, I just feel good, and I'm never hungover.
So we go down the list, and I will be adding B-roll of the list on screen. Like when I say 1, we just feel good. I'm going to add that to the, overlay that on the screen. But that's when I'm in B-roll territory. What I usually do when I'm doing that is I grab my iPad. I might get to that today, but I don't know. And I go into this what program is it? Sketchbook. It's an app, and I record the screen. That's what I've been doing lately. If you've seen a couple of my recent videos, or just one of the recent ones is out so far, I think, where I do that. Or is it 2? I don't remember. And I boop 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 erase. There we go. And I just draw. Oh, I can on an iPad. You can just select record the screen. There's just this button to screen record, and then just draw. And then I import that into the computer, and I overlay it on there. In fact, let's do that one. Let's do one of those. Okay. So over here,
I feel great too. In general,
what do I say? I say
Quitting alcohol for 4 months.
1, as we said before. How do you feel?
Great.
So I go 1. So I have to set up a list. So a title of the list that I'm about to make. So the list is going to be, we quit alcohol for 4 months, here's what happened. So I'm just going to write that on here and record the screen while I do it. You watched Livestream, you watched our last Tom Hanks video. When's the next? Yeah, it's been a while. I don't know, whenever we get around to watching Road to Perdition. We just haven't done that yet. But another movie with Jake is coming out. We just recorded that last night. That's probably be out in the next day or 2 or 3. Anywho, now I just have to write, we quit alcohol for 4 months, here's what happened. And I'm going to do that right now. Shoop. You feel like you're watching a masterclass. Good. Good, good. Okay. We quit alcohol for 4 months. Here, what happened? I got this idea about drawing on the iPad from Ali Abdaal, YouTuber. I saw him do it, and I liked it. So now I kind of took it and made it my own a little. So I drew that. I recorded the screen while I did it. And it'll automatically go into my Apple Photos eventually. Let's see. Photos. Not Photoshop. Photos. Hope I don't have any embarrassing photos here. Okay. How did I zoom out like that just now? Okay, I don't want to do that. All right, so now I just have to wait for that to automatically go over there, or I could send it quicker. And since I'm live streaming and I want to show you things, I'm just going to send it over there rather than work on something else. Normally it doesn't take that long. What's the holdup? Just airdrop it over there. What the heck's going on? What the heck's going on? Come on. Airdrop. Share. Yeah. Share. No, 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 no. Well, it's going to flatten the image. No, I'm doing this wrong. I want to share the video, not the image. Duh. Duh. Okay. Airdrop. Okay. I airdropped it over. And now I will put it on the desktop. And there it is on the desktop, right there. There's the video that I just made on my iPad, which looks like this. Well, looks like this. Oh, but actually I convert it first using... You convert it into a different type of video because it just works better in Premiere. So I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to use a preset that I made for ProRes. And I'm going to convert it. And then it'll show up on the desktop. WebRing, you're curious how I'm going to make video editing interesting to watch in real time. Well, I'm just going to do it. And some people will find it interesting, and that's fine. So, there it is. The converted version of... So now it runs smoother in Premiere. Whoop. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that, set an in point and an out point. In. Before the menu stuff pops up. Out. And then I drop it down. Oh, whoop. That was the wrong place. Where were we? We were over here. Okay.
Quitting alcohol for 4 months.
1, as we said before.
So I got to drop the title in here. Whoop. Then I have to cut out all the extra stuff around it by going to opacity, making a little matte right here. I'm gonna use as much black space as I can because I'm gonna just copy and paste this matte when I use it again for other titles. Put it over here. Put it over here, put it over here, like that. And then, there seems to be feathering going on there. I don't really want feathering. What's the deal? Feather. Take the feathering off. And then we get a color key. Color key. Tell it to take out all the black. What the heck? Come on. Tell it to take out all the black. And then increase the tolerance. Whoop. Like so. But we want to have a little bit of an outline. So we go like that. Whoop. Maybe we want a little bit of feathering. Or do we? I don't know if we do. And then resize it for this shot here. Oh, well, it's hard to resize it if I don't see it all. So then we speed it up. So make it like 2,000%. Yeah, that was almost perfect. Okay. And then make it smaller. Put it right there.
One, as we said before.
It's still not fast enough, so I'm gonna go like 4,000. And then there's a little hotkey, Command F. So I go to the end of it right here. Command F makes that like a freeze frame that I can just extend. So then I put it right there. Boom. Yes, vocalizing sound effects is critical for editing process unicycle. You're absolutely right. And then, shoobity boobity, we go right here, and
1, as we said before.
So, I should have, now I want to add the 1, and it will be basically...
4, how do you feel?
Great.
Ooh, here's the problem. It cuts to Chyna. I don't want the list to go like right over her. So
1, as we said before.
How do you feel?
Great.
So
I feel-
I guess I won't have it appear there. It'll come back over here. So it'll be
1, as we said before.
how do you feel?
Great.
I feel great too. In general, I just feel good. And I'm not.
So it'll be 1 we feel good will be basically the next graphic. So we go like this. This is all taking a little longer because I'm explaining things and stuff. So I just do it again. I take this and I erase it and I hit record on the screen. Boop. And I draw 1 we feel good, basically. So 1 we feel good. And then I'm going to draw a smiley face. Yeah. Okay. Done. Send the video over. It still didn't upload? The previous one didn't upload. No, it should have. It says upload complete. I don't know what's going on with Photos app, but that's okay. I'm going to just send it manually, which I did. What's going on with the Photos app though? Because that's going to be annoying for later when I want it to just automatically. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Worry about that later. Okay, now we take this and we convert it again. Which one is it? It's this one. Yeah. Woo. Smiley face. Shoop. Convert. Like so. Boobity boobity. Good afternoon, Tyler, from Greenville, South Carolina. Okay, then we go back to... Okay, I'm going to delete the other ones. This is where the workflow comes into play, where I can just clean slate. Actually, I don't want to delete that song there. But okay, clean slate everything else so that I just have less to sift through. And then in ins and outs, pop that right there. And then for expedience sake, you copy the other one and paste attributes. So you paste the filters and stuff that I put on there so that it now it has the color key and everything, and it's smaller, but I can't paste the speed, so I have to speed that up again. So we'll go 3000%.
In general, I just feel.
And then we'll put it like right where I say feel good.
Oh, I just feel good.
Like right around there-ish. That's probably a little too fast. We're going to go to 1000%, and we're going to move it down, and we're going to put it like that big. Because I might leave them all up as they are revealed. Like there's like 5 things on the list. And then make the edge a little thicker so the outline is thicker. Whoop. Yeah. I think I'm going to make... That's probably good. And then Command F to make the freeze frame. Boom. And move those over. It's kind of running a little slow, and I think that's because I'm live streaming as well. But can I confirm Aunt Judy's alive? She is still alive, yes. Joel and I, we're editing buddies. Okay, good. Okay, and then...
In general, I just feel good, and I'm never hungover. Who knew hangovers felt bad and were caused by alcohol? Also, I've been really productive lately. I've been getting videos done way ahead of schedule. I can prove it.
Okay, so that's how I do that. So I have to go through and do that for everything on the list. But I'm going to do that later. That's usually like a last stage sort of thing when I'm more certain about like all the video being in the right place. Then I can add the B-roll and graphics. But sometimes I do it as I go as well. It just depends on my mood. Sometimes if I'm more interested in doing B-roll, or if I'm more of a B-roll kind of mood, I'll do that. Because I don't want to just force myself to do things I don't want to do. Yo, Sir Lancelot. Because you said yo to me, I say yo to you. So now let's go into mocktail territory. Chyna and I are tasting mocktails. I added in this narrator, and as I go along, I add in narration and little narration jokes. And I'm in the middle of that right now. I'm going to show you about as far as I got with it. So, and show you what I mean by narration jokes. So,
Benzene,
Yeah.
they call him.
Hang on, something's happening.
Might be a little too sweet for me.
Oh no! But wait, there is hope.
The lime might help. That's better.
Yes!
Good thinking.
It was really smart of me to just use the lime that was right there to be used.
I was trying to throw you a bone.
Thank you, but people choke on bones. It's dangerous. So,
Cocktail number 3 is the Raspberry Jalapeno Fizz. Thanks for letting me actually say it this time, you stuck-up jerks.
this drink requires...
yeah, see, that was a joke. That would reference the previous one where I go like this.
Cocktail number 2 is...
A mellow margarita.
Oh, you're just gonna say it then? Okay, fine. What the f***?
Lime on the cocktail.
So that was 2, and then 3 is...
Cocktail number 3 is the Raspberry Jalapeno Fizz. Thanks for letting me actually say it this time, you stuck-up jerks.
This drink requires sparkling water. We made it with our own, at-home, sparkling water machine. You can buy it wherever sparkling water machine products are sold. Products word was really hard to pluralize for me for some reason. Products are sold.
Want to salt the rim of your glass?
Oh, there was...
Yes, Jason, the JKL. I use the JKL. There's the JKL. I use that pretty often. I'm trying not to use it right now because it's live streaming and then people will be subject to this noise all the time.
Glass?
There was a little bit water there.
Even though that might be funny. Anywho, yeah, because you use the L button to go forward.
Glass?
But if you do it again, you go forward faster.
There was
Scrubbing, they would call audio scrubbing. You'd call that if you're listening to the audio.
a little bit of water.
Like that. If you want to just go through something fast. Anywho,
Water in there. Now we got watery salt.
Well, I'm glad I already did mine. Well, I could just cut this on the side of the...
Oh, look at that. It's like the medieval beheading technique. And then jalapeno, 1.
Oh no, what's he doing? Will he make it?
oh, the Shift K. Yeah. I don't really use the Shift K, but so would you have to? I guess you'd have to set up ins and outs for that, right? Like set up an in point. If I go over here and I hit Shift K, no, that doesn't do it. It's not working. Anyway, like if I select a clip and do it, no. Whoop. I might not have that hotkey actually, because I set it up to have Final Cut hotkeys, or maybe I do and I just don't know how to use it correctly. What's the weirdest shortcut I've set up? They're all second nature to me now that I don't even remember which ones I've set up and which ones I haven't. But what is a weird shortcut I've set up? I mean, the ones I've set up I don't think are that weird usually, cause like I set up X to make a cut, so X cut, because I just want to hit one key to make it happen. I what else? I've set up, I think I set up F and D to be zoom in and out because it's really easy, unless that was already that way. Trying to think of a weird one. I don't know. If I keep editing, maybe it'll come to me.
Appreciate stuff.
Anyway.
I need a muddler.
So this is about as far as I made it with the narration stuff. Let's see.
Heading technique. And then jalapeno. 1.
Oh no, what's he doing? Will he make it?
Nice.
Little things in life make you appreciate stuff.
I need a muddler.
Ah, look, my bruddler from another muddler.
That's the best thing you've ever said. Oh, we're so
It is. It's the best thing she's ever said.
drunk.
Oh, I should use Shift E as the splonk, or Shift AE with Shift whatever symbol that is as the splonk. You're right. It's really good to have a quick access to the splonk.
On a scale of 1 to bashed to hell, how muddled?
Until the jalapeno is crushed. Did you try giving it bad
Oh yeah.
news?
Okay, so I this is where I decided to wait, no, Jason's explaining to me the Shift K. It basically jumps back 4 seconds, so if you are looping a section to check the timing on the fade, it's called play around. If you're looping a section, I don't know what you mean by looping a section. Like how would I? Because I can't set ins and outs. But it does sound like something that's useful. So I left this here because I thought this would be a good way to show you guys something. So right here.
Bashed to hell. How muddled?
Until the jalapeno is crushed. Did you try giving it bad news?
Listen, jalapeno,
We're not your real parents.
you're not my favorite jalapeno I've ever seen.
So that little moment there, all I want to do is add some sad music for the joke, where we're trying to emotionally crush the jalapeno and the banana. So I got this song right here on the desktop that I downloaded from Storyblocks, and it's a nice little sad music song. I'm gonna drop that in there.
Did you try giving it bad
Okay, gotta put it right there-ish.
news?
Listen, jalapeno,
We're not your real parents.
you're not my favorite jalapeno I've ever seen.
Okay, that's nice. But usually, and that actually works fine as the audio level as it is. You can turn it down to make it not drown out the voice. But what I usually do is I go to the audio editor in Premiere and I go to preset music, duck against everything, and that will put in an EQ, a nice EQ that nests the voice over the audio, so that you don't turn down the song so much, but you can hear the voice better because the EQs work well together of the audio and the song. Anywho, but it does end up making it quieter too a little bit.
Listen, jalapeno,
We're not your real parents.
you're not my favorite jalapeno I've ever seen.
See, now you can still hear the music pretty clearly, but you hear the voice pretty clearly as well. So that's how you do that with duck against everything. There's other probably more meticulous ways to do it better, but I don't know how to do that, and I don't have time. So, and then to add more, goose against everything. Sir Lasselots, you must be a professional editor. Well, you're coming at me with the splonk and the goose against everything. So I'm gonna
Listen, jalapeno,
Shift K goes back 4 seconds. Well, I guess I don't have that hotkey set up, Jason, because it's not working for me. But I will look into it. Anywho,
listen, jalapeno,
We're not your real.
to add to the drama, I'm going to zoom in slowly. But to zoom in slowly, I have these cuts, and so it's kind of difficult to make them all zoom in together concurrently unless you do this. You nest them all together. So we'll go to Clip, Nest, and then basically that takes it all and makes it all its own timeline right here. See, if I double click on that, I go to its own timeline. It's its own separate timeline that is within this timeline. It's a timeline within timelines, but because it's all together, I can slowly zoom it all in, and it'll all work together smoothly. So I do that with the cuts. So I go there and there, ins and out points. And wait, no. That should not be the out point. It's got a blackness on the out point because of the audio here. We're going to fix that. Shoop. And then there we go. And then slowly zoom in and see how that adds to the drama.
Listen, jalapeno.
We're not your real parents.
You're not my favorite jalapeno I've ever seen. Their juice.
There, see? That's how you add drama. Slow zoom, sad music. Someone going, see, that made the joke work better, I think, because it's really selling that we're trying to crush the banana and the jalapeno. Let's watch it again.
I need a muddler.
Ah, look, my bruddler from another muddler.
That's the best thing you've ever said. Oh, we're so drunk. On a scale of 1 to bashed to hell, how muddled?
Until the jalapeno is crushed. Did you try giving it bad news?
Listen, jalapeno.
We're not your real parents.
You're not my favorite jalapeno I've ever seen.
See, there it is. There it is. I could even go further, and maybe I will later, and like draw a frowny face on the shaker, so you can see that it gets crushed. You think it's a muddled joke, Carson? Damn, you guys are on fire today. Damn. Okay, moving on.
Verjus? Verju?
Google, how do you pronounce Verjus? Verjus.
Are we sure?
That's what Google said.
Listen, we're gonna look it up later and I'll overdub it.
Okay.
And then we're gonna pour a little in.
Wait, do it again.
I didn't look it up later. But, good day from Australia. How much did I plan while filming and how much is decided while editing? Well, a lot is decided while editing. We planned which mocktails we were going to make, and we made them and shot video of us talking while making them, and had no other plan than that while doing it. And then we had an hour of footage, and cutting it down, I have decided to do a first part, which is us talking about 4 months of no alcohol. So the title of the video will probably be something like, "We quit alcohol for 4 months. Here's some drinks we found," or maybe I won't even talk about the drinks in the title. I don't know. But I decided to do that after we did the mocktails. So I added that whole beginning hosting stuff. And then while editing the mocktail stuff, I've added in narration and like their own, like narration has its own meta jokes. That was not planned at all. I had no idea I was going to have narration when we shot this. If you would have asked me, in fact, while we were shooting, if I was going to put in narration, I would have said, "What? You're an idiot. Leave me alone." I would never put it in narration, but I have decided to. Okay, yes, Sam. I intentionally cut the okay or hey Google because I knew that would activate it. It in fact activates it for me while I'm editing. So I cut it for all. So she just says Google.
Google, how do you pronounce Verjus? Verjus.
Will Pomplamoose ever let you into a band sesh? I don't know. Maybe if I asked. I'm friends with them, I suppose.
Verjus.
Are we sure?
So now I'm actually gonna look up how to pronounce it. Oop. How to, and because I don't know, I didn't trust if Google was right. It might be right. Pronounce Verjus. See.
Verjus.
Nope, it is right. Well, since it is right, I'm just going to use the audio I already have. Let's see.
Verjus.
Although I guess I just went right to Google for the same result. Let's go. So let's find another source. just in case.
Verges. Verges.
Okay, that source maybe, but I don't know. Sometimes these are wrong. Let's see. See, they say something else. So if you're in France, you say it like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna end up using the French version. Which source is bad, Sir Lancelot? Although the robot one probably, but I'm gonna use this, but I can't download this. I'm gonna have to record it, but I'm going through my headphones right now, and I don't want to deal with that, so I'm gonna do that later. I'm gonna add that in as we go like this.
Verjus. Verjus.
Are we sure?
That's what Google said.
Listen, we're gonna look it up later, and I'll overdub it.
Okay.
And then we're gonna pour a little
Verjus.
in.
Wait, do it again.
And then we're gonna pour a little.
Verjus. You know what? I'm gonna record me saying it because that's funnier. And I'll probably be wrong, but Verjus. Verjus. So I'm just gonna record it with my other camera here. Normally I would just use this camera, but check. Verjus. 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 Okay. And then I'm going to I think the last one I got it pretty close. So I'm gonna pop that footage. I just video record to get the audio, and I pop that into my computer, and we're gonna drop that onto the desktop. Delete this because I already used it, and it, as you know from my workflow, it automatically copied it somewhere else. So drop that in. Put this back. Then Verjus. That's the best one, I think. Verjus. Okay, we are going to... Verjus Meredith is a great actor. Very funny, big, McLarge, huge. Because her name's Burgess Meredith, I believe. So, anywho.
A little.
Verjus.
In.
Wait. Make that a little louder. And... a little cleaner.
A little.
Verjus.
In.
That's pretty funny. It might even be funnier if I get Chyna to say it as well and put both in together in tandem. But I'll do that later, if I do it at all. Okay, and then... here we go.
Okay.
And then we're gonna pour a little
Verjus.
in.
Wait, do it again.
And then we're gonna pour.
It is a pity to waste nostril cam footage. You know what? Let's just drop it in for now.
Pour a little
Verjus.
in.
Wait, do it again.
And then.
That kind of ruined. That's too much. That confuses the joke, I think.
Okay.
And then we're gonna pour a little
Verjus.
in.
Wait, do it again.
And then we're gonna pour a little
Verjus.
in. I'll probably use both of those takes.
Okay, I'm going to use both of those takes.
I'll probably use both of those takes. Okay, 3 Oz's.
Raspberry preserves.
That's
The lime juice.
another lime.
Another lime. Sorry.
Those famous Wisconsin earthquakes.
I'm going to add a little sound effect for that earthquake moment there, I think. Let's see. Let me watch. Let's see what's going on here first.
Jalapeno is
Watch
crushed.
it.
Did you try giving it bad news?
Listen, jalapeno.
We're not your real parents.
You're not my favorite jalapeno I've ever seen. Verjus. Verjus.
Google, how do you pronounce Verjus? Burgess.
Are we sure?
That's what Google said.
Listen, we're gonna look it up later and I'll overdub it.
Okay.
And then we're gonna pour a little
Verjus.
in.
Wait, do it again.
And then we're gonna pour a little
Verjus.
in. I'll probably use both of those takes. Okay, 3 Oz's.
Raspberry preserves.
That's
So as I use the ingredients, I'm probably gonna write those ingredients the way that I showed you that I use the iPad. I'm gonna do that later, just to have the recipe on screen for people who care. And then,
The lime juice.
and I feel like this moment doesn't need anything, but maybe this moment where I'm smelling it and I'm skeptical.
Raspberry preserves.
that's
The lime juice.
another
I don't think it needs any editing. I think that's funny by itself. Might be too much to add something.
Lime juice.
another lime.
Lime.
I think I could add in like an earthquake sound. Do I have one already? Let's see. Earthquake, yeah, I do. I used to use this a lot, a long time ago. Just, I don't know if it'll come across, but let's give it a try. Just drop that in there a little bit.
Another lime.
Lime.
It kind of works, I think. Let's see.
Lime.
It's kind of ridiculous, but I mean, that's not anything new from me. So let's see.
Lime.
Lime. Sorry.
Those famous.
Lime. Sorry.
Those famous Wisconsin earthquakes.
The second one doesn't work. Let's see.
Those famous Wisconsin
No. I'll leave it in. Why not?
earthquakes.
I feel like I could do something funny here. Let's see. Let's maybe the camera gradually zooms in as I do it, go in a little and then stop. And then in a little it's like I'm turning. My turning clockwise makes the camera go in. Woo. I don't know. The speed of it I want to change a little bit. Or just the timing is a little off. Yeah, doo-doo-doo. It's goofy. There's just like a real quick one right there. Let's see. Whoop. See. That the last one doesn't work. Let's see. Something about the last one is wrong. Like, oop. Yeah, I don't like the last one. I just don't like it for some reason. Okay, someone said change the speed. Joel. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to I'm just gonna slow-mo it, see what happens. Slow-mo this last little bit. Nah, I don't know. Might just cut it. So. But I might also add some sound effects. We're really going for it, you guys. We're really doing this. What is the sound effect I'm looking for? Sound effect that's on my mind here. No. Oh, I know. Okay. Something like... Ha! Yeah, so we'll go... Maybe this isn't going to work at all, though, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if I like it. This isn't the right sound. Let's say, what's this? If it were lower, I could make it lower. But maybe. No. Little explosion sounds for you. What is this, Wednesday? Am I right? I might just leave it as is. Someone said cow mooing. I don't think that'll work, but I have that. Like a crank? Like a... Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Here, I'm going to go to back to story blocks. Crank. Crank. That's like a little too quiet, I think. It'll just be underneath the sound that's already there. Maybe. Interesting. I like the squeak. That's too fast, though. You know what? I'm going to worry about it later, or not at all. It's time to move on. It's not that important. But I'm also going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. I'm back. It might be fine because it's like the sound that's there is already pretty good. I did wash my hands briefly. I'm very fast. I'm very fast. Shannon. Okay, so. Yeah.
It looks really good.
Got a fizz at the top. Like the name?
Okay, so. Yeah.
It looks really good.
Got a fizz at the top.
I'm cutting this because I show this at the beginning of this section. So we don't need to see it again.
Like the name?
Cut that. And let's move this audio a little bit so I can drag it underneath. Okay.
Really good.
That's too tight. We're gonna put that right there. Here's the thing.
Good.
So that I've been doing this with the narrator before we give the verdict, the narrator chimes in. So I have to copy and paste that wherever that is.
What an...
Okay, that's a different joke that maybe I'll show you. Maybe you'll have to wait for the final video. See, here we go.
Verdict is...
Delicious.
So I do this thing.
And the verdict is...
So I gotta copy and paste that. Swoop. Bring it back to wherever we were, right here. Oops. Okay. Let's give me some more room here. All right. Move this. Move. Whoa, 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 whoa! Everybody, calm down. Yeah.
It looks really good.
And the verdict is...
So we put this like.
That's great.
Just have to line it up so the "that's great" is right after,
Is...
That's great.
and then add that video there. So it goes like this. Yeah.
It looks really good.
And the verdict is...
That's great.
Yeah. So someone's asking what the shortcut is to select everything F to the east of the needle, to the right of the needle. Actually, that is east. Wow. The right of the needle for my direction is east. How did you know? So that is T, which is this thing, track select forward tool. I use it all the time. T. And then you click. Well, it's wherever you click, it'll go grab those clips. Everything to the east, as you say. And then you can move it all. Whoop. It's super useful. Is it copyright infringement if you throw in the clip of Steve Martin in Three Amigos saying it's watered down when he drinks the tequila? I would probably do it. I think there's an argument to be made that it's not, or that it's short enough that it's probably fine, but it's dangerous territory. But I'm not going to do it because I just don't want to, because it's not watered down. Let's see. I mean, I have thrown in clips like that all the time in a lot of videos, but I do not recommend it. Like the special purpose clip from The Jerk. I found my special purpose. I've thrown that in there. Or also cat juggling from The Jerk. I've used The Jerk quite a bit. Also Steve Martin. So I'm not advising you to do it, but I'm telling you that I do. I do short clips like that a lot, and it doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
And the verdict is?
That's great.
It's really good.
How would you describe it?
Okay, picture if you took like
I understand, Carson. I understand.
Yeah.
it looks really good.
And the verdict is?
That's great.
It's really good.
How would you describe it?
Okay, picture
Okay. I got to do the verdict.
delicious.
It is very good. Dropped a bunch of salt.
Not that. Is that the one?
Delicious.
It is very good. Dropped a bunch of salt.
I feel like I did it differently here. Let's see.
Very good.
Yeah, okay. Gotta have that music. I think the music is there too. It's just too quiet.
Delicious.
It is very good.
Yeah, we need to turn that music up.
Delicious.
It is very good. Dropped a bunch.
I mean, it's so subtle, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Copied it, and I gotta paste it over here. Not like that, though. Paste it. There we go. And, oops. Come on, come on.
And the verdict is?
That's great. How would you?
Great.
That's great. How would you describe?
And then she says that's really good.
Great.
So I will add that. That's really good. Well, I added an extra O on accident, but I'm leaving it.
That's great. How would you describe?
But it's going to be really short. Well, I could make it a little longer. So we will select everything to the east. Drag it over. Make this a little longer. Put it back. And then...
That's great. How would you describe it?
Okay, picture if you
Is really good better than great? No, I don't know. But it is what she said. So that's what I put in there.
took like banana and jalapeno and then you muddled that.
Yeah.
And then you added
So she's making the joke that she's describing how it tastes by saying exactly what it is. And I was thinking earlier, that would be the moment where we actually make the drink as she describes it. So like flashback format, but I don't think that's going to work. I might just cut this because it's long, but I might leave it because it's kind of funny. Let's see.
Yeah.
it looks really good.
And the verdict is?
That's great. How would you describe it?
Okay, picture if you took like banana and jalapeno and then you muddled that.
Yeah.
And then you added like their juice.
I'm just gonna make it shorter, but it's funny.
Okay, picture if you took like banana. Okay, picture if you took like
So we're just gonna shorten it a little bit. Gotta put that back there so that I can cut with my hotkey. Boop.
banana and jalapeno and then you muddled that.
Yeah.
And then you added like their juice.
Yeah.
So now it's like,
Describe it.
Okay, picture if you took like banana and jalapeno and then you muddled that. Their juice.
we're gonna get even shorter.
Banana and jalapeno
You think that's really good? Comes too soon? We'll check
and
it.
then
That's great.
You know, I could see an argument to be made that that comes too soon, but I'm going to leave it. Because she says it really quiet, it doesn't matter too much, and I want it to be on the screen longer. So...
Okay, picture if you took like banana and jalapeno, muddled that.
See, if I jump cut this a lot, that kind of adds to the humor, I think. See, boop, 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 boop. But like make it really tight.
Juice,
Yeah.
raspberry preserves, and lime.
Oh, wow.
And then you like shook.
How would you describe it?
Okay, picture if you took like banana and jalapeno, muddled that. Their juice,
Yeah.
raspberry preserves, and lime.
Oh, wow.
Even tighter there, see.
That their juice, raspberry preserves, and lime.
Tighter.
Jalapeno, muddled that. Their juice, raspberry preserves.
See, when people say things, when they kind of extend the end of their word, like their juice, you can have them start talking before they finish that word, because it's so extended that everyone knows what they're saying. You know what I mean? So it's like...
And jalapeno, muddled that. Their juice, raspberry preserves, and that. Their juice, raspberry preserves, and lime.
Oh, wow.
And then you like shook that up maybe in like a cocktail shape.
Cutting.
Preserves and lime.
Cutting from lime right to shook.
Oh, wow.
And then you like
So it's really...
their juice, raspberry preserves, and lime. Shook that up.
Even tighter. Even tighter.
Muddled that. Their juice, raspberry preserves, and lime. Shook that up maybe in like a cocktail shaker. And then you strain that.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Oops, wrong one.
Cocktail shaker. And then you strain that over ice
You should be a
in a
poet.
glass with a salt.
Remove the and before like. Let's see.
Banana and jalapeno, muddled that. Their juice, raspberry preserves, and lime. Shook that up maybe in like a cocktail shaker. Strain that over.
Yeah, I was thinking of... I think the first like is kind of funny though. But let's see.
How would you describe it?
Okay, picture if you took like banana and jalapeno, muddled that. Their juice, raspberry preserves, and lime.
You know what? We're going to cut the like. You're right.
Okay, picture if you took.
I almost always err on the side of cutting too much. But for a moment like this, I don't think you can cut too much. It's just funny. So.
Describe it.
Okay, picture if you took banana and jalapeno, muddled that. Their juice, raspberry preserves, and lime. Shook that up maybe in like a cocktail shaker. Strain that over ice
You should be a
in a
poet.
glass with a salted rim, and then maybe you like topped it
Okay.
like a cocktail shaker. Strain that over ice.
Just cut to ice. Yeah.
Maybe in like a cocktail shaker. Ice
You should be a
in a
poet.
glass with a
Ice. You should be a poet.
You should be a
in a
poet.
glass with a
Oops.
You should
shaker.
be,
Ice
you should be a
in a
poet.
glass with a salted rim, and then maybe you like topped it with sparkling water. It's like
You should be a
in a
poet.
glass with a salted rim, and then maybe you like topped it with sparkling water. Glass with a salted rim, and then maybe you like topped it.
See what that does for us.
And the verdict is?
That's great. How would you describe it?
Okay, picture if you took banana and jalapeno, muddled that. Their juice, raspberry preserves, and lime. Shook that up maybe in like a cocktail shaker. Ice
You should be a
in a
poet.
glass with a salted rim, topped it with sparkling water. It's like
It can be tighter. It can be tighter. We're gonna cut the and. You're right. We're gonna cut the and.
Okay, picture if you took banana and jalapeno, muddled that, verjuice, raspberry preserves, and lime.
And lime. I mean, how much time do people have for an and? We got to get rid of the and.
Raspberry preserves, lime.
Nope, that was too much. Let's see. I think that works.
Raspberry preserves, lime.
No, maybe that doesn't. That's too tight. Let's see.
Raspberry preserves and lime. Verjuice, raspberry preserves, and lime. Look that up maybe in like.
I don't know. Okay, we're totally doing this, guys. We're totally. I think it can work. I just cut it too tight before. Let's see.
Raspberry preserves, lime. Look that up maybe in like a cocktail shaker. Lime. Look that up.
Shake that up. Cut the cocktail shaker. Yeah. So.
Lime. That up. Ice.
You should.
We're gonna cut the shake that up because it's just too much happening at the same time here. So.
How would you describe it?
Okay, picture if you took banana and jalapeno, muddled that. Banana.
Banana, jalapeno.
Picture if you took banana, jalapeno, muddled that, verjuice, raspberry preserves, lime, ice.
You should be a
In a
poet.
glass with a salted rim, topped it with sparkling water. It's like, it's kind of like a fruity boat drink.
Okay. Might cut the "you should be a poet." Well, it's kind of funny, but it just kind of slows it down. Slows down the jump cut gag.
That's great. How would you describe it?
Okay, picture if you took banana, jalapeno, muddled that, verjuice, raspberry preserves, lime, ice.
You should be a
In a
poet. glass
with a lime, ice.
You should be a
In a
poet.
glass with a salted rim, topped it with sparkling.
I'm gonna cut the ice because I'm talking over her. I go, you should be a poet, and it muddles it too much. If you know what I'm saying.
Raspberry preserves, lime.
You should be a
In a
poet.
glass.
So the second time I say you should be a poet is better. So. Yeah, so, and then there was another bit.
Banana, jalapeno, muddled that, verjuice.
I mean, she's gonna say verjuice right after muddled that sooner, because like, how much time do people have? I have to save them a couple frames. Okay.
That's great. How would you describe it?
Okay, picture if you took banana, jalapeno, muddled that, verjuice, raspberry preserves, lime.
You should be a
In a
poet.
glass with a salted rim, topped it with sparkling water. It's like, it's kind of like a fruity boat drink.
Now she's getting into her like actual reaction to the drink.
Sparkling water. It's like, feels kind of like a fruity boat drink.
Do you feel like you're on a boat right now?
Why, yes, I.
Yeah. This is good stuff right here. It's good stuff. Zooming in on my reactions is a pretty good idea, Carson. But the problem is my reactions I don't really have very big reactions here, so I don't think it's going to work. I'll keep it in mind. But let's watch it again. See. Yeah.
It looks really good.
And the verdict is?
That's great. How would you describe it?
Okay, picture if you took banana, jalapeno, muddled that, verjuice, raspberry preserves, lime.
You should be a
In a
poet.
glass with a salted rim, topped it with sparkling water. It's like, feels kind of like a fruity boat drink.
Maybe. Let's do it. Let's do like a cut in.
Lime.
You should be a
In a
poet.
glass with a banana, jalapeno, muddled that, verjuice.
Yeah, let's go.
muddled that. Verjuice, raspberry preserves, lime.
Okay, maybe that is pretty funny. I think you did it, Carson. I think you did it.
Muddled that. Verjuice, raspberry preserves, lime.
You should be a
In a
poet.
glass. Raspberry preserves, lime.
You should be a
In a
poet.
glass with a salt. Preserves, lime.
You should be a
In a
poet.
glass with
Where's my actual what I'm saying? Okay.
preserves, lime.
You should be a
In a
poet.
glass.
Carson, you get well. Let me see. I'm gonna.
Lime.
You should be a
In a
poet.
glass. Muddled that. Verjuice, raspberry preserves, lime.
You should.
You get credit, Carson, but I hope I'm gonna make a note that I thank you in the doobly doo. But I hope I remember to do it. Let's see. Thank Carson Wheat. In you don't want me to? Okay. In doobly doo. I don't have to. I won't then. Okay. See if this works.
That's great. How would you describe it?
Okay, picture if you took banana, jalapeno, muddled that. Verjuice, raspberry preserves, lime.
You should be a
In a
poet.
glass with a salted rim, topped it with sparkling water. It's like
You should be a
in a
poet.
glass with lime.
You should be a
In a
poet.
glass with a salted rim, topped verjuice, raspberry preserves,
You know what? I'm gonna
that. Verjuice,
what am I gonna do? I am gonna make them all the same level of zoomed in, and so they're all at the same spot, and then I'm going to nest them. Nest. And then I'm going to slow zoom.
muddled that. Verjuice, raspberry preserves, lime.
You should be a
In a
poet.
glass.
Yeah. I'm putting more time into this than I probably would have if it wasn't for, for your wonderful suggestions.
Verjuice, raspberry preserves, lime.
You should be a
In a
poet.
glass with a salted rim, topped it with sparkling water.
Yeah. And we're going to add chimes. I'm going to use that duck against everything trick on the chimes. Duck against everything. And then
Muddled that. Verjuice, raspberry preserves, lime.
You should be a
In a
poet.
glass with a salted rim, topped it with sparkling water. It's like feels kind of like a fruit.
yeah, that does it. Good work, everybody. Good work, Carson. Okay, we're gonna.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
And the verdict is?
That's great. How would you describe it?
Okay, picture if you took banana, jalapeno, muddled that. Verjuice, raspberry preserves, lime.
You should be a
In a
poet.
glass with a salted rim, topped it with sparkling water. It's like feels kind of like a fruity boat drink.
Do you feel like you're on a boat right now?
Why, yes, I do.
I didn't drink the salt side.
I also didn't. Also, too.
You made it saltier. It wasn't that funny, but you made it funnier. Thank you for your reaction.
Didn't make it saltier.
It did. I'm getting really full of fluid. The thing about no alcohol is you don't have to pee as much.
Builds and builds.
Yep, forever.
Okay, I feel like that whole section is done now. And then that's the third drink, and then it's on to the fourth drink and the fifth drink. So I'm gonna have to give the fourth drink the same treatment, and then the 5th drink the same treatment, and then the final, the verdict of all the drinks. My daughter's screaming in the background about something. I don't know if you hear that. But then when I'm done with all that, then I'll go back and add in all that B-roll stuff, like the title stuff like this. And then this video will be done. Well, then I'll have to add in a sponsor part, because it is sponsored. But I think I'm going to be done with the live stream for now and move on, because I edit faster when I'm doing it by myself, guys. Even though you did give me some great ideas. So thank you for that. I hope this helped you with stuff. When do you get to see it? This video is supposed to come out not next Friday, but the Friday after that, I believe. So the 18th is when you will see this final video. Maybe I'll share more of the process of this same video later. Well, no, next time I broadcast live, I'll probably be working on another video. But, all right. Do this again, please, Juan Oliveira says. I will. I like doing this. It makes the editing more fun for me. Although it is a little slower for me because I'm talking to you. But that's about it. Okay. I will see you guys later. Bye.